Happy New Year's. Oh, how I sorely want to believe that, Isabel. Oh, I so want to believe you, Isabel. Isabel. Now, we're going to change our helmet. You got drunk and carried to bed. Went to bed at 10 p.m. and didn't look back. Yeah, that's what we're going to wear today. We're doing a top hat. Yes, top hat. Guess we can put all the Christmas stuff away. Which but one? I mean, if you've got people around and a reason to celebrate, I mean, go for it, but I got nothing. I'll deal with the house later. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Happy New Year! It is now 2026. Welcome to the future. Of the future? We're past the 2015 mark that Marty McFly went to in Back to the Future 2. We're past the date that George Jetson was born. I'm still waiting on our flying cars. I feel like there were promises made in the 20th century. Let's make good on those promises, shall we? But ooh. Yeah, I did not stay up late. I went to bed promptly at 10:30 p.m. Because I'm an old man now. I was telling Tyler my new routine is more important to me than like staying up and celebrating, you know, an arbitrary trip around the sun. No offense to anybody who celebrated New Year's, but like New Year's is one of those things where it's more like a social celebration. Like Valentine's Day. You know, if you've got a significant other, it's nice to celebrate Valentine's Day. But if you're single and alone and miserable like me, you pretend it doesn't exist. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get you. You went away, Snowflake. You went down around the... How many do I have? Oh, we need 5. Can I get to it before it goes away? Snowman wanted 5. Oops. I'm stuck with the drunken law. I guess I don't envy you. Whatsoever. Oh, what's this? Greta. We have a new person moving in. Okay. I get really annoyed that these things aren't paired together. My God. So in yesterday's episode, we got deep. We talked about a lot of different things, and I really opened up and told everybody what was on my mind. It really had nothing to do with Animal Crossing, and it really had nothing to do with anything other than just where I'm at mentally in life right now. And I figured I would play catch up today and let you guys know that we'll probably be easing off of the Animal Crossing playthrough as it is January now, and there really isn't much to do with the snow-covered areas. We're just coming in every day and doing the same task at this point. You know, it's getting a little tedious. So I think we're going to start a new adventure today. So if you're watching this later down the road on YouTube, I should have started my Stardew Valley playthrough. Now, it is my policy, my own personal preference, that I choose PC first. Any game that I can buy on PC, I get on PC, and then, you know, Nintendo comes secondary. Nintendo, I typically just bother with their first-party titles, you know, your Marios, your Pokemon, stuff you can't get on PC. And then I move on to, you know, kind of lost track of what I was saying. We did it. We got all 5. Yes, you can have all 5. I had to go to bed early because I have a full day today. On top of Animal Crossing, we're going to do a Patreon stream. We're going to do a stream with Tyler. And we're going to do Stardew Valley. So I have like 4 or 5 streams to do today. Plus, I got to go to town and run errands. She gave me the ice balls. But yeah, this will probably be the last entry into Animal Crossing New Leaf until spring comes around. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it's likely. I don't know how into Stardew Valley I'm going to get. I've never played it before. I've heard people talk about it for years. It receives high praise. So we're going to check that out. You've been playing it recently? Well, I'm going to be playing the Switch version instead of the PC version. Oh, that's where I was going with it, what I was saying earlier. My bad. Yeah, I always do PC first, but this go around, I'm going to be doing Stardew, because I bought it on Steam. I do have it on Steam, but I'm going to do the Switch version so that I can play with friends. You own both versions. Yeah, see, I think a lot of people probably own both versions. Look at my face. This ball, what we got today? You forgot you had it on PC, then bought it on the Switch down the road. Yeah, a lot of people probably do that too. I'm not seeing any other dig spots. And today will likely be a shorter episode of Animal Crossing, just FYI, everyone. I'm really here just to say Happy New Year. Tell you guys that this playthrough is going to be put, taking a break, put on the back burner in lieu of new games. I did want to discuss, I wanted to follow up on everything we talked about yesterday. I wanted to talk about the Stranger Things finale, both season 5 and series finale, because it's 2 hours long, and I woke up and it's the first thing I did this morning. I didn't do anything else until I had that under my belt. Because I did kind of trash talk Stranger Things yesterday, and I do want to follow up. Do want to follow up and give my full opinion now that I've seen the entire series, which will also tie it back into what I was talking about yesterday. Do I have any money? I do. Okay, let's go turn these fossils in. So yesterday I talked about how annoying season 5 of Stranger Things was, and I stand by that. A lot of season 5 was meandering and all over the place and just vecna. And it felt drawn out and it felt longer than it needed to be. However, by the time we got to the finale, I was all in. The 2-hour finale was really good. I don't think I had any problems with it whatsoever. It was some of the most fun I've had watching TV in a long time. I really loved it. I thought it was great. I'm not going to talk in depth about it or give spoilers, but it was a nice ending to the whole series. Everything that happened, I'm okay with everything that happened. I'm okay with how everything turned out. What got me yesterday so on edge was Red Letter Media put out a video where the boys were talking about, they were doing the 2025 catch up, and they always do these videos. They do it's a two-parter. I guess today or the next few days we'll see part 2. But they were talking about just TV in general, movies in general. They were talking about what works for them, what doesn't work for them, what they liked and what they don't like. And they were kind of trash talking Stranger Things. But the thing is, from a filmmaking standpoint, they were making a lot of good points. And I think that I kind of started to just echo what they were saying. But now that I've sat down and watched the finale this morning, kind of irks me a lot of what they were saying. And I've noticed a trend with me. See, I'm very impressionable. I don't have a natural built-in lie detector, so it's really easy to fool me. I'm also a follower. I'm not really a leader. So I tend to just kind of hang on to what other people are saying. It comes from not being too smart. It comes from not really being able to think for yourself. I'm a sheeple. I'm a very definition of sheeple. It's why I have to put a lot of time and energy and effort into staying as educated as I can and making sure I'm not following the wrong people. It takes an extraordinary amount of effort. It eats up an extraordinary amount of my time. And I'm always scared that I'm going to get led down the wrong path. And I have to stay very vigilant with that. And it's tiring and it's annoying, but it happens. And with that being said, what I'll do is I'll find a YouTube channel I like, or a Twitch channel or Twitch streamer or whatever that I like. I'll find an internet doohickey that I like, and I'll kind of follow them along and hang on their every word. And after a few years, I kind of start to sour on them. Hey, we finished the Stegosaurus. I'm very impressionable despite my age. And I don't like that about myself. I hate it. It's annoying. I guess somewhere along the way in my life, I forgot how to formulate my own opinions. And I feel really ashamed about that. But, God knows what I've said in the past 9 years on my YouTube channel. just based on who I followed on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. There ain't no telling what kind of nonsense bullshit I've said on this channel. And it's really it's really hard. I went Canadian. It's really hard to parse what's my personal opinion and what I'm parroting somebody else saying. It is a little bit embarrassing, admittedly. But at the end of the day, I think I gotta kind of disagree with the fellas there on Red Letter Media when, you know, as far as them not liking Stranger Things. I mean, who doesn't like Stranger Things? It's a cultural phenomenon. It's great. Not every episode can be a banger. I mean, come on. And I still think that there are, you know, something I have formulated my own opinion over is, yeah, sometimes things do run longer than they should. TV shows, movies, game series, whatever. Sometimes it is best to let an IP die instead of just letting it go and go and go and go forever, because the creative juices are going to stop flowing at a certain point, and it's just not going to be as great as it once was. And I think, unfortunately, I really think that might be what bothered me the most about like the middle section of Stranger Things, is that it felt like filler, because the show started off really strongly, and I think it ended really strongly, but a lot of stuff in between and in the middle was kind of just you know, just kind of filling in time. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. Like chat says, I enjoyed the whole series for what it was, even if it slowed down a little bit in the middle. Because nothing is worse than a series ending without a finale. And Netflix is notorious for doing that. Netflix will, yeah. Congratulations, Fireflower! So there's nothing in my pockets I can get rid of. Oh no, you missed everything I said. I said a lot of important stuff. Oh. Oh no, you're fine. Oh. We gotta go empty our pockets. I don't remember this music. Maybe this music is special for New Year's Day. I don't know. I will say, you know, the thing that separates me from the like general populace out there that does stupid shit, like is I actually take the time to try and learn and do better. You know what I mean? I know how impressionable I am. I know that I will follow a mob off a cliff in a heartbeat. I know, I get it. My brain is wired that way, and it's unfortunate. You know, a lot of people's brains are wired that way to just, you know, be followers. That's why I have to try my best and stay vigilant and make sure that I'm not following the wrong train or getting on board with the wrong train. Politics is a really good example of that, you know. A lot of times somebody will see something on a YouTube video, Facebook post, TikTok, whatever your platform of choice is. They'll see some sort of conspiracy video, and because they're uneducated and don't know any better, they'll say, hey, wait a minute, yeah, that doesn't add up. And the next thing you know, they're spreading a whole shit ton of misinformation on social media. So that left unchecked can spiral and really do a lot of damage. And I think that's what we've seen in the last couple of decades. The advent of social media has taken a lot from us, and it's done a lot of irreparable damage. Like I don't think Trump would have been president 2 times if people had their better senses about them. I think people got riled up on the internet. I think people were tired of politicians. I think they were tired of the lies and the corruptions. And I think that's one of the angles that they were able to he was able to hook people with. I think he was able to play into the insecurities of the American people. I think he was able to rile them up based on the threat of immigrants taking over, something that has never happened ever, and could never happen, at least here. I think that he fear-mongered and Christianity mongered his way into being president, especially in a post 9/11 world where the American people are like really primed to like be Islamophobic and whatnot. He took advantage of all of that to get to where he is. He is a monster. Like, he's an idiot, but he's an idiot that's also a monster. And he's just emblematic of a larger problem. Like, if it hadn't have been him, it'd have been somebody else. And I think that that's something we're all forgetting. Everybody's, on the anti-Trump train, and you should be. He's fucking the worst. But if it hadn't have been him, it would have been somebody else. It would have been somebody just like him. We were just primed as a society for that kind of person to come along and take advantage. It just happened to be him. And it's funny because there is a video of him from the 80s saying that if he ever ran for president, he would run as a Republican because they're the only people so stupid he could manipulate. He said that they'll believe anything. He could just manipulate them. They like to ignore that video, though. But, And I have to imagine that a lot of people out there were never taught as children to think critically or think for themselves. Everybody has a follower mentality. So you end up with a lot of people just kind of going, hey, yeah, and then jumping on whatever bullshit bandwagon they just heard about. But yeah, I need to go put this music up. So that's what I'm dealing with in my brain. I had that problem too. So I have to be very careful about who I listen to. And I went in this morning, right after I got through watching the Stranger Things finale, and right before I went in to stream this, I took the time to go over to YouTube and I cleaned house. I deleted a shit ton of channels from my subscription feed. Because I'm done. I'm done listening to other people. I'm done with the negativity. I'm just done with it all. Because you make a choice at the end of the day. Do I want to live happy or do I want to live miserable? And for the last 2 decades, I've chosen to live miserable. I did it to myself. And I'm so mad at myself for it. At any point, I could have just changed my life. I could have changed habits. I could have just snapped together and I could have just said, I'm not going to live this way anymore. And I didn't do it. I was a coward. I spent so many years scared of the outside world, scared of myself, scared to open up to other people. I've spent the majority of my life at this point, like, closed off emotionally, physically, just closing myself here in this room and not going out and not partaking in life. And I've robbed myself of about 20 years. In the past decade, it's just been a constant train of listening to people on social media, watching YouTube videos, watching Twitch streamers, listening to what they have to say. And instead of like analyzing what they have to say for myself, I just go with it. And I think that's been a real detriment to me. And I think that now that we're in 2026, it's a prime opportunity. And so many people do this. It's why it's a cliche to have New Year's resolutions, because it's a nice pinpoint spot on the map to say, now's my time. Now's my time to stand up and do things differently. And that's one of the things that I'm doing now. It's one of the things I'm doing today. As we speak, you're watching it happen live. Now, I'm very much over it, and I'm very much done. From now on, I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing to try and enjoy life for what it is. Because I have bitched about the dumbest fucking stuff that ultimately doesn't matter. It's dumb. I've lived a very dumb, goofy life that feels not real. I picked up a lost item. Oh, I'm making changes. And, you know, I remember the first time that I ever had this like epiphany. I think it was way back in 2009. I told Tyler, I was like, I don't want to live this way anymore. I miss the sun. I miss going out and doing stuff. I started going to the rec center and exercising. And I cleaned up my eating habits. And I did okay for a couple of years. And then I fell back into the habit of staying up all night, not filling my brain with good, positive, material, just chasing negativity. And then in 2016, I had a colossal breakdown. Like I had the breakdown to end all breakdowns. And then I made it through the other side of that miraculously. And then again around 20, somewhere during, we'll just say during the COVID era, from the years 2019 to 2023 or 2022, it I remember hardly anything. The brain fog, the depression, it robbed me of those years of my life because I really don't remember a damn thing. I look at my photo albums, or you can go, I could scroll on Instagram and look at those years, and I'm like, I don't remember any of this. I remember the moment the picture was taken, but I don't remember what my life was in that moment. And the irony is, it's not even COVID's fault. The lockdown didn't affect me at all. I already lived the way people in lockdown lived. I'd done it for over a decade. But see, even Lucky don't even know what year it is. Lucky, it's 2026, buddy. Did you drop this per chunk? Up. Lucky, you're my favorite. You mean the world to me, and I will do anything for you. You're my Animal Crossing bestie. I would walk out into traffic for you. Okay. Let me think for a minute. We did the snowman thing. Be careful now. No. I need you to build, not diminish. Oh, this is hard. There we go. Now we're pushing. Here's the thing. We need to gather enough snow on this bad boy to make a snowman. Because we still have our bingo card. And I'm going to assume it's valid. Unless rolling over to January 1st has invalidated it. I'm going to start building this one. And I've talked about all of this for the past few months on my channel in various episodes of various different playthroughs and games. But what's funny is, for whatever reason, everything in the past 6 months that I've talked about in my Animal Crossing New Leaf playthroughs, we've gotten really personal. We've gotten really deep. We've went there. We've kind of done the same for Power Wash Simulator, because we're playing it right alongside this. But I've always shared my personal life on my show, just because I really, I don't really have anybody else to talk to, talk about stuff. Just kind of out here doing my own thing. I think those proportions are going to be all wrong, but if I do it this way, yeah. Maybe the bingo thing is valid through the whole winter months. I don't know. Yes, I think my card's still valid. Oh, da 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 da. Ooh. Not quite bingo. You're one number away in two different ways. Yeah, I know. We punched out so much of the card, though. It's gonna suck if, we're not gonna come back in and do any more episodes to get our bingo. No. Maybe I'll pop in tomorrow long enough to do the bingo. And then we'll just sit on the footage. Let's hope for a lot of great happenings in the coming months. That would be nice. So, in summation, when I'm left in a vacuum to just enjoy things, I tend to enjoy things. When other people bitch, moan, and complain and have to get overly analytical of various IPs and medias, that's when you lose me. That's when I start to spiral as well. And this personality type sucks, but you just have to stay on top of it, and you have to protect yourself, and you have to remember there's a lot of other miserable people in the world too, who all they can do is complain. And I've been so off-putting as a person for so many years because I complain so much. And the thing is, I feel compelled to complain too. My family complains. Like, I live in a family of complainers. That's all they do. You could do them a big favor and they'll complain about how you didn't do the favor the right way. So that's the kind of environment I've grown up in and continue to grow up in online. It's just, everybody's always so bothered. Everybody's always so opinionated. Everybody's always got a critique, and you have to hear what they think, and you have to hear what they think right now. YouTubers feel the need to cover things, make documentaries, reaction channels. Nah. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. It's not. It can't be good for the brain. It really can't. Well, come on. Let's see. Let's see what the other fortune cookie is. I almost forgot about you. Your friends need you. They always need you. They will never stop. Yeah, but do your friends want you? There's a difference between need and want. Arwen. Never gonna get that Metroid, am I? Never. What is this? A robe? Oh, that's some sort of weird suit. I want to say I bought this before, but I'll buy it again just in case I didn't. Nah, I don't see anything too great. One single fossil in my pocket. Well, in the past few days, we finished a couple of fossils. How may I be of assistance? Sir. That's your tell. It's not something we needed. That might be all there is to do today. We could try and get 5 more snowflakes and see if she'll give us the floor to go with the wallpaper. Bum, 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 bum. Primo. I hear one. Two more. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I want the pocket space, so you're going back in the ground. I want a full Ricky Ricardo with that one. I remember it used to be back in the day, going back to what I was talking about earlier, you know, it used to be that we would go see a movie or watch a TV show or play a game or something, and we would say, oh my God, that one part was so cool. Remember that one part where this one thing happened? And that used to be how we consumed media. Nowadays, when people consume media, it's like, well, I think they could have filmed this scene a little better if they'd done this, or the actors are too old, or I don't like the windows on the in this Pokemon game. I don't know. Things used to be vibe based, at least for me. I can't speak for every single human, but I think the majority of people used to go based on vibe. You used to just hear people say, oh yeah, this thing is really good, I really liked it, or it was okay, I thought it was okay, or it sucked, I hated it. Nowadays, people will, you know, again, make a YouTube channel or a Facebook post or whatever, and it'll be a long, drawn out explanation of every little thing they found wrong with it. And I can't anymore. I can't. So like, I do love Red Letter Media to death, but I think I'm just going to focus on their best of the worst videos and avoid their heavily opinion, because they're coming across as miserable old men, and I too am a miserable old man, but they got a good almost decade on me at this point. I don't think any of them are exactly 10 years older than me, but maybe 7, 8, 9 years. I don't know their ages. I know they're a little older than me. I'm 41, and they got to be in their late 40s, early 50s, those guys. And they're coming across as old curmudgeons, you know, send them to the retirement home and lock them up. That's how they're coming across to me. So I don't know. I don't know. We're going real southern with it. You're going to be y'all from now on. Okay. Hello. I brought you my snowflakes. Here you go. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! The ice floor. Lord have mercy. My voice has really been going down hill lately. I don't know what's causing it. Excuse me, pardon me, Chief. I want to see what fishy fish this is. Oh, somebody pissed him off. Not a pond smoked. They get ticked off too easily. Now where the hell? There you are. Boom, ba 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 ba, boom, ba 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 ba, boom, ba 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 ba, boom, ba ba ba, ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba. I want to say we already had the patchy tail, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go check with the museum first. I muted just in time. Because that was a scream sneeze. I scream sneeze. Oh. Bruh. Bruh. It never hurts just to be sure. At least I'm not falling over. I don't know what makes me fall over some days. Some days you're just tripping. I was just here. You don't have to welcome me every time. Not every time. Not every time. How much you give me? I'll take it. Don't know why I'm so sneezy this morning. Okay. I think that's enough. We dilly-dally, alley, did. But yeah, I think that maybe we pick this back up in the spring. Do what we can't do. I don't really know where to go or where to take this playthrough because I feel kind of done with it, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, we've seen everything there is to see with this playthrough. We're not going to get much further than what we've gotten. I don't know. Ooh. But as much as I want to roll the credits and end this playthrough, I feel like you guys would be disappointed. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit here and eat some of my mints. My little NES 10 mints. But we're at least going to wrap things up here today with this episode of Animal Crossing. Yeah. Guess I'll see you guys in a few months. Go watch Stranger Things. That finale was really good. Don't listen to the haters and the detractors. You enjoy what you enjoy, folks. I've had to remind myself of that lately. See you, folks.